So let's talk. Let's have a conversation. That's why I got real close. Actually, come on. Let's move to the side. Let me pull you to the side. Let's have a real grown man conversation. Okay. Let's talk about this concept of failure. Now, failure, I think, has a bad rep. Failure is looked at with a really bad connotation. Because in that failure, it makes you less of a person, or like it somehow makes you not able to do great things later in life. I don't know. I don't know why people think that. However, I'm here to tell you that failure is a part of growth. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of what we do as we're going out here and trying. Like you going out here and shooting from half court all the time. Like you're not making all those shots, man. You going out here just trying to dive into this water. You're not always going to look flawless with that. You're not going to always have all your ducks in a row. Everything is not always going to be perfect as it relates to you trying to do things. And that's what I fell into. Last year, like I was saying that I would go into, I was going to make 12 short films in the year. So every month I was going to drop a short film. And that way I get to add to my, that way I was going to add that to, my director's reel, my editing reel. I was going to have some things to show forth to anybody that want to see the things I was getting involved in creatively and just strengthen that muscle. First and foremost, being a director, but also my other elements that I want to bring to the table. Uh, so it started off good. I started with At Home. That was my first installment, and then I went to Untied with Binds, which was, probably the best practice of this thing of trying to do the 12-month film plan. And then the third film I ended up doing was within In and Out, which is so hard to say. I don't know why I named it that, by the way. I like I said. Anyway, I think that that's where I had the issue. I should have I should have planned this way better. If I wanted to do this thing, I probably should have only made shorts, like micro shorts. I should have only made maybe 2, 3 minute films. I think I should have kept the things one location, and majority of these things were one location. So I actually did decent with that. What I should have did was kept it like one character, one main objective. Does he get to it? Does he not? In 2 minutes or less, like similar to a commercial. Which is probably why I enjoy the format of commercial directing and commercial storytelling, and why I'm falling into that now in my career. I think that that is something that ignites me. It's something that fuels me. It's something that makes me excited. How somebody can tell you a full story in 2 minutes or less. I think that is amazing. So I'm saying that I wish that I executed that better. I wish that I was able to actually get 12 films out of the can and into the world for out of those 12 months in the year. But thankfully I didn't, because I think it made me realize that maybe I need to reroute. Maybe I should look into the commercial world. But I learned a lot through that process. Like I'm calling it a failure, but I'm also realizing that there was a lesson in that, and it was teaching me to be a little more prepared. It was teaching me to lean on the people that's a part of my team for any production I'm trying to do. It also taught me to have that confidence still take risks. Like I think at the end of the day, like I would try to do that goal again. I would try to accomplish it. I definitely would. I would do it in a better format. Obviously, I would now know what not to do. I would now know where not to bump my head, what obstacles, what hurdles to avoid, so that way I can get to that goal. And I'm just here to let you know whatever it is you're going through right now, man. Just know that if you feel like you're failing, if you feel like you're low, if you feel as though things aren't working out, and you thought you had a great plan and all those things were supposed to work for you and they didn't, like it's not the end of your story. It's not the end of your story. The credits are not rolling yet. Um, you know, it's not a period. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of a sentence. It's definitely the start of a new paragraph. It might be the start of a new chapter for you. It might be the start of just a new sentence. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a semicolon. Like I think we gotta stop looking at certain things in our lives as like, oh, this is the end all be all. Like my life is wrong. Like this is I'll never be X or Y or Z. Like no. Let's take a moment to live in that and to understand the nuance of that, because yeah, for me, I was upset that I wasn't gonna make it to those 12 films. But at the end of the day, it allowed me to think about how I would try to do this next time. What kind of tools, what kind of habits that I would need to change in order for me to get to that kind of goal. So overall, what I want to say is just to have grace for yourself. Like failure is not so negative as we paint it to be. Failure is just it's just a machine. It's just a method to push you to go harder at what you were doing. It doesn't mean you need to stop what you were doing. Maybe it means you need to take a different route. Maybe you need to get off on a different exit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't need to go this back road. Maybe you need to go. Maybe you need to sit in traffic. Like that's kind of the things that I was able to understand later in the process. Obviously, after I dropped the third film, I wasn't thinking this way. I was like, man, like I'm like, yo, I gotta get this next film off. Like I need to write it, I need to get something together. And mind you, I had ideas. Like I had plenty of ideas. It was just finding the time and not finding the time. Time is there. It was the aspect of not being able to make the time and just my goals weren't always as realistic. It was kind of like here's the big apple pie, and I'm like I'm gonna eat this whole apple pie in 30 minutes instead of like my mom would say because I hear her voice now. You gotta take a slice of that pie and then cut that slice in half, and then cut that slice, cut a little piece out the very beginning of that piece, just a little piece, just enough to like so you could taste it. Now eat that. That's you completing one micro goal towards your bigger goal. Like take baby steps, make baby goals towards your bigger one. Because all large goals are just the assemblage of little mini goals. So if you know, like for instance, the one we always use is like if you want to lose weight. Like one of the things about trying to lose weight is like, all right, so like what do I need to do? I need to change my routine a little bit. So what if 2 days out of this week, maybe I go walk, or maybe 2 days out of the week, maybe I hit at least 10 push-ups today, or like 10 sit-ups, or like 5 squats, like whatever that bar, the lowest bar can be for you to feel like you've accomplished something. Do that, and once you start doing that for a while, like then you can bump it up some. Now you can start taking, some bigger forkfuls of that little piece of pie. And then before you know it, you ate a piece of pie, like a piece. You ate a piece, and now there's still this larger piece of pie you want to figure out, but you do the same thing you just did. You rinse and repeat. You take, you cut you a nice little triangle again, cut that one in half, and then you start with the basics. Start with some small micro goal. Because the thing I realize like I'm really fascinated about neurology. So neurologically, there's something that happens in the synapses of your brain. There's something that happens, some sort of chemical responses that happen when you do little things, like little micro things. Something as simple as waking up, making your bed every day is doing something for you because we are people that like getting things done. Like we like when things are are good. You know what I'm saying? We like when those things happen. Like we continue to move and we continue to make things happen. So you gotta think about those things sometimes. Sometimes you gotta think in a little bit of a micro sense so you can get to that macro thing. That's what I've learned. So thank you for listening, man. I appreciate you for watching. Um, to God be the glory always. And I just hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.